um, welcome to my YouTube channel. What we are going to do today is about the Power Query, data cleaning with Power Query. As you can see on the screen, my Excel sheet is open, and we're going to import, specify in our Power Query. We're going to clean it with Power Query. I'm going to show you step-by-step guide on how to clean with Power Query editor. Within few minutes, you'll finish. Um, your data will be clean for analysis. And first of all, first of all, we're going to first of all go to data. You open your Excel file, a blank sheet. Go to data. Go to data. In some Excel, you see get data. This one is get external data. From new query, you see get data. From get data, go to Excel because the file we are going to import is Excel file. It's a CSV file we use from CSV. If it's an XML, we use from XML. If it's in a folder, we can use from folder. If it's from a database, we can install from database, from Azure database, from online services, and many more. But the file we're going to use now is an Excel file. So new query from Excel file, to take you to your computer, your desktop, where the Excel file is on. I'm looking for it's connecting. Once you click on the data, you start connecting to Power Query. Allow it to load. Download it. This is what you will see. First of all, this is not multiple item. If not, we're going to check this out. We're going to click on the sheet where you have your data and to preview. We're going to preview. So this is our data for cleaning. If your data is clean, you can load. But if it's not clean, you can transform. Now we are going to transform. For this section, we're going to clean data. So we click on transform data. So now we're going to clean our data. Going to take you to Power Query Editor. Now this is our Power Query Editor. Here is our data tab. Here is our ribbon. Here is our ribbon. This is the formula bar. This is where our data view. This is our query. Our query pane. This is our query settings. In this place, in this box will show you all the steps you apply. All the steps I'm going to apply cleaning this data is going to show you. So let's say you imported your data from a database and you apply the steps here. If once they are updating the data after data cleaning and you did your analysis, automatically you've already created connections to the data in the database. So any data that is updated, once they update the data in the database, all the steps you apply cleaning the previous one is still going to apply with the updated ones. So this is our sheet name. You can choose to rename it. You double click on it. You rename it to the name of your choice. The name you want to rename. Let's say you want to rename our sheet Power Query Plus. So first of all, you go through your data. You can see we have no values in customer ID. We have no values. If you click on this row, you can see this drop down arrow at the header. They are all filters. I believe you know what filter is. To click on it, you'll be able to know if there is any null. In the name, customer name, we don't have any null. In the gender, we have no values. Email, we have no values. The phone number, we have no values. The state, we have no values. Product, we have no values. Product category, we have no values. Okay. Once we have no value, unit price, unit price, we don't have any more values in unit price. Total price, we don't have any more value. For date, we don't have any more value. So the delivery cycle, we don't have any more value. Cost price, we don't have any more value. So that's that. So we don't have any more value. So what we're going to do is, first of all, you've seen the columns we have now. Make sure your your data is starting from the beginning to number one. So first of all, you're going to remove some irrelevant columns. The columns you need for your analysis. Like looking at this column, for my analysis, I don't need the email column, and they have so many null values too. So I don't need it for my analysis. I also don't need the phone number column for my analysis, and they also have so many null values. So if I should delete the blank rows from email and phone number, it's going to kind of affect my analysis of my table because there are so many null values. So I'm going to lose so many data because of them. So the best thing is just to remove them. So to remove the both column, I have to click on the column, hold the control key, and select the the phone column too. So I have selected both columns. I'll come to remove, go to your home bar, remove column, click on the drop down, and click on remove columns. You can see it here. The columns have removed. But now if we want it back, you come here and check this. Like if I click on this now, the columns will return. Let me click on it just to give you an example of what I'm trying to do. If I click on it, the two columns are going to return, but I don't need them for the analysis. So I'm going to select the email, hold the control key, select the phone, go to remove columns, and remove columns. Next step I'm going to take, cleaning this data, is I'm going to, next step I'm going to take is I'm going to check, I'm going to check for, I'm going to check my headers. If my headers have, I'm going to check my headers. If my headers have name, suppose name, like here, customer ID, name, gender, age, state, product, product category, quantity, quantity, unit price, total price, order date, delivery status, etc. They are all kind of okay, but for the purpose of this example, the purpose to give you an example of how to rename your header. We say I want to rename this unit price to price per unit. That all the same unit price, price per unit, that all the same. But for the purpose of this Power Query example, I'm going to double click here. I'm going to double click. Now type, double click it. You can see that the header is highlighted. I'm going to write what I want to replace it with. Price per unit and enter. So you can see, just rename my column. The next step I'm going to take so the next step I'm going to take is next step I'm going to take is I'm going to check for duplicates. I'm going to remove duplicates. To remove duplicates, I'm going to go back to the customer ID column. Yes. The only column that you can not have the same duplicate is let me say this is a sales data, right? So in ID, everybody have their unique ID. Even a financial data set, everybody have their unique ID. You cannot have the same ID with another person. So, but if there is any duplicate in the ID, you're going to know that we have duplicate. So I'm going to use customer ID to check for duplicate. Now I highlighted the customer ID column. Now go to remove rows. You can see remove rows, remove rows. You go down, you will see remove duplicate. Click on remove duplicate. Initially, if you come to this down arrow, you see 13 columns, 100 rows, but now is 13 columns, 92 rows. When we started, we had 15 columns, 100 rows, but now we have 13 columns because first of all, we removed two columns. So we are left with 13 columns. So we removed duplicate. We are now left with we are now left with 92 rows, meaning that we have eight duplicates. We have eight duplicates. The next step we are going to check for our noise. We're going to filter out empty um, spaces, that's blank spaces. Come to this drop down at customer ID. Click on the filter drop down and uncheck no. Click on OK. All the nulls in the customer ID will be unchecked. So formerly we have 92 rows, but now we have 91 rows. Meaning that one row has been removed. So we have to click on drop down for the name. We don't have any null. For the gender, you can fill gender if you have a way of filling it. You can replace the nouns in gender. Now, let's take for age. We have nouns in age, we have nouns. So we're going to check, click on OK. For states, we have no states, we have no uncheck. Click on OK. For products, click on uncheck. Click on OK. So data is becoming clean and we have nulls in our quantity, but for the quantity, I'm not going to uncheck the nulls in our quantity. I'm going to use total price because we don't have nulls in our price per unit and our total price. So we're going to use total price and price per unit to get our new column code. So we don't have nulls in other stuff. So for now, the only column we have now is gender and quantity. For the gender, looking at my data, I'm going to fill down. Let's say the gender, I'm going to do fill down. I'm going to use it for an example of filling down. If you want to fill down, yeah. So we are going to select our gender column. Go to transform. Go to replace values. Click on it. Replace values. Okay. Into this. So for this, instead I'm going to use fill down. So under replace values, you see fill down or up. So for the purpose of this class, I'm going to use fill down. I'm going to use fill down. As you can see, all the laws in our agenda has been replaced once I fill down. The next place we have now is our quantity. But I'm not going to remove it. I want to create a new quantity column. So to create a new column, you have to come to add column, click on custom column to your finger custom. Then it's quantity. Okay, let's leave it as custom first so that we'll differentiate it with the former one. So for this, we're going to do equal to calculate equal to total. Instead of typing it, just to once you click on total price, click on insert. Then if we are using division sign, divided by, click on price per unit, click on insert. Then click on OK. So we have our new custom column. If you don't want your new column to be here, maybe you want to arrange them, all you have to do is just to drag the column to where you want it to be. I want it to be here in between quantity and price per unit. I'll just drop it. So you can see this column and this column are the same, so just that this former one has now, this one doesn't have now. So all I have to do is to click on this, go to home, and remove column. And remove column. So for this one, we're going to name it quantity. We now have our quantity column without nodes. Our data sets, we don't have nodes in our data set, but we still have inconsistency. In our gender column, some female are female, some are F, some male are male, some are so. For the characters to be consistent, we have to find and replace. So we have to replace F with female, M with male. For us to do that, click on gender column, go to transform, place value, replace values, value defined. Write it as it's written in the data set. It's capital F. Replace with female. Go to advanced, click on match entire cell column. Click on OK. As you can see, all the F has been replaced with female. So we do the same for M. Replace M with male. So the same, replace value, go to replace value to find after M, value to replace male. So replace M with male. Click on the advanced option, match entire cells with content. Click on OK. So we have consistent. The data here is now consistent. So for our looking at our data set, we already have our data set is in. Let's say you have a column. Let's say you want to concatenate. Let's say you want to split columns. For this, I'm going to use this name column to one example of splitting and concatenating. Joining columns, splitting and joining columns together. So for now, I'm going to split it for query, then later I'm going to join it back together. I click on this name column. Go to click on name column. I'll click on split column. Split by delimiter. By delimiter, is it a space? Have this drop down. Plus space, semicolon, equal to, comma, anything like that. Your data variable The fields are split with, some of them is split with underscore. You can custom. But for now, my name column, they are splitted with space. So I'll still go with space. So I'll click on each occurrence of the delimiter. Click on split into columns, two columns. I'll click on OK. So as you can see, I have name one and I have name two. I can go ahead and name them first name and surname. Hmm? But let's say I want to merge them together. Let's say I don't want to split them, but I want to merge them together. So let's say I want to merge name one and name two. I'll select name one, click on control. Remember, select multiple columns, hold your control key, and select name, then go to off transform and click on merge column. Separate or not, you merge name. I want to separate it with space. So you merge name, I can just put name, name, you can OK. So as you can see, I have merged two columns again. I separated it and I merged it. So under the apply step, I see where split column by delimiter, merged column. So I merged, I separated and I merged it. For the purpose of the data cleaning. Now, while cleaning your data, you should be mindful of inconsistency. Quality data is better than quantity. Okay. So that's it. So we are still going to look for inconsistency. Check, click on the drop down arrow on the split. Then we have Abuja, Unity, Ibadan, Jos, Kaduna, Kano, Lagos, Port Harcourt. So they are all good, right? There's no inconsistency. They all started, they're all proper with. So fine. Click on the drop down arrow for the whole proper. Click on products, the whole proper. Click on email. We only have email and then it's on proper. Click on this, the whole proper. On all her profiles. But for the purpose of switching, let's say we want our state is not consistent, that some are smaller letters, some are big letters, and we want them to be in proper format or uppercase or all of them in lowercase. Normally we use proper, that is capitalize each word. So click on the column you want to normalize, come to transform, click on format, click on the drop down arrow. You don't select lower, upper, or capitalize. Okay. So I'm going to just capitalize each word. So I can say capitalize each word is going to let's say in this name column that we have spaces that are not meant to be there. So we just have to click on the name, go to format, transform, go to format, then click on trim. It's going to trim out all the spaces, maybe in the beginning or in the beginning. So it's going to trim out all the unwanted spaces, leaving it in a consistent form. And we're going to clean too. That's if you want to clean your table. Remember, you can always select multiple columns by cleaning so that you'll be faster. So that is it about for the cost price. We don't want it here. We want it to be where others are. I'm going to carry drop in between total price and date. That's how to shift reorder your columns. You want to reorder your column, and as well, just click on it, move it to where you want it to be. Let's say you want to find our profit column. Let's say we want to find our profit column. I'm going to, I've already taught you how to, already shown an example how to create column, but let me do it again. For the purpose of profit, we're going to look for profit. And to check profit, you have to do the cost price, yeah, the price per unit, the cost price minus price per unit. So that's to check for profit for each one. Or to check for profit for the total goods sold to a particular person. So you have to do the total of a particular goods. Um like for this phone here, sold to the Smith for quantity sold is 4. And the price per each unit of course is 1,000. The total price for all the phones sold to her is $4,000. So to check for the profit, the cost price is 648. So to check for profit, we're going to do the profit of all the things sold to her made. So you're going to do total price minus cost price. So click on add column, custom, custom, custom column is profit. Total price is that minus cost price is that. And okay, so this is our profit for goods sold to today. Profit for goods sold today. And especially profit for goods sold. I'm going to drag this column after cost price. The next thing we're going to check is we're going to check our data types to make sure that our data types are orderly form. Click on home, click on the drop, select it, like if customer ID is on text. Okay, if you click on it, you see data type of course. Click on this drop down, so select the customer ID. Now, the data type we want the customer ID to be on text. Select, click on select the name, text is on text, gender, the same text, age, age is whole number, that's right, state, text, right, product, text, product category, text, all strange, so they have to be in text format. Quantity, you can see our quantity is in NA, we don't want it in NA, we want it in whole number, we are going to change it to whole number. Price per unit, price, our price is in whole number, or you want our price and currency, we have to take currency. Once you add currency, it's going to give you 2% currency. Total price too should be in currency, not in number. Cost price in currency. So the number format can always use one number, decimal, or currency if it's money. So profit is currency as well. For the dates, make sure it's in date format. It's already in date format. Delivery status, text that is string 20. Well, leave multiplies and just leave them in the less column. And just so whatever is now after cleaning our data, we have 14 columns and adding some data we need to add. We have 14 columns, 66 rows for our analysis. Hmm? So we have 14 columns, 66 rows for our analysis. So after you must have cleaned the data and apply all the steps you need to apply, you just have to load your you have to load the data into an Excel. If you have errors, let's suppose you have errors in one of them, you come here, remove errors. When you click on that column where there's errors, click on this remove rows drop down, you see remove errors. Hmm? Same thing with blank. You can click here and can remove all the blank rows. With multiple select your data and click on blank rows, click on remove errors. Then make it quickly. That's it about data cleaning in Excel, simplify. We're going to touch more on data cleaning with Power Query. We're not done with Power Query yet. I'm going to show you more on Power Query, like merging queries, pending queries, and Power Pivots and all. But before you go, please like, subscribe to the channel, like, and share so that other people who need to know more about Power Query can connect. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for visiting inside my morning. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing. So as we have applied all the steps we need in this data set, we are going to close and load. Come to the left hand side of the ribbon, you see close and load. Click on the drop down, click on close and load. The data will load to your name and everything, and automatically your data will change to a table in Power Query. Our data is still loading, creating a connection. Data is loaded. Let's say you want to refresh your data, especially if your data is from a database. You can come here, click on drop down refresh, click on refresh to refresh to reload. You get any data that is added to the previous data, then all reload. Export, click on the export table to SharePoint list, and export to table to SharePoint list. Great about Power Query. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.